The school itself and the team are bringing in millions of dollars. The Alabama Crimson Tide football head coach, Nick Saban, just got paid millions of dollars for winning the bowl game. None of that money goes to any of the athletes, even though they are the ones who are doing all the work on the field and the court. A lot of money from ticket sales go into new uniforms, but that's unnecessary because you don't need new jerseys every year. Also, jerseys and shoes shouldn't take up millions of dollars. Players do fundraisers and meet the team events that also bring money in for the school, but that money is just for the school. It's not for their team. So if they are doing the fundraisers, why shouldn't it go towards the players? They can have the money in their pocket as pocket change.
Some people say that a free education is sufficient payment for their athletic career. This is false. Often, by playing the sport, student athletes deprive themselves of the good education they would get if they didn't play a sport. In July 2018, Bryce Love, our running back at Stanford, received criticism for skipping media day for class. In 2015, two former UNC athletes sued UNC and the NCAA for being deprived of a meaningful education. The reason for this lawsuit is the use of paper classes, which were used to buffer athletes' GPA to maintain eligibility. This shows colleges often care more about keeping athletes performing than educating their athletes. Even if athletes weren't in paper classes, their quality of education is still less due to the time commitment demanded by sports. Officially, the NCAA limits athletes to 20 hours a week of official practice. In 2011, an NCAA survey said the average for all students is at least 30 hours per week. This athletic time takes time away from studying and learning.
College athletes, in a way, risk their futures. As previously said, many college athletes don't have a good education because they're expected to skip school / classes for practice. That means that if they get a career-ending injury or can't play due to medical reasons, they don't really have a future since they missed lots of classes and didn't study to be anything else. An example of this would be Isaiah Austin and Jonathan Jean, who were both projected to be first-round picks in the NBA draft, but couldn't due to being diagnosed with Marfan syndrome. Another way they risk their future is the fact that going pro is not always guaranteed. I say this because if they commit to a college sports and miss needed classes, and then not get drafted by a team, then what? Getting paid in college would be a much better option because they would at least have financial security and maybe even be able to go back to college and get a job as opposed to being unemployed.